Good evening, folks. My name's Carson Hattersberger, and I'm the co founder of the Carson and Jordan podcast. This will be our first podcast, however, there will be many more to come. Our topic today is going to be immigration. Not just immigration in general, but a specific event that happened in 2002. This incident involves a man by the name of Marco Chavez, who was deported after serving for 4 years in the Marine Corps. He was deported for not having legal registration to the U.S. and was thrown out of the country to Mexico, even though he had a family and kids in the U.S. His family moved to Tijuana, Mexico, so that they could be closer to him and live together. But life next to the border was too hard and full of crime, and the schools there weren't good enough, so his family had to move away. Luckily, this story has a happy ending. After 14 years of fighting, Chavez won the fight between the lawsuit of the U.S. and was allowed to come back to the U.S. He was pardoned, given American citizenship, and eventually he was reunited with his family and was able to provide a better life for them. Alright, now that we have some background information on the case and the event, let's take a caller from our phone lines. Hello, welcome to the podcast. What's your name?
My name is Colin H.
Alright, so question one, just to start off. What are your thoughts on immigration from Mexico to the U.S.?
Well, I certainly think that it's important for the United States to welcome, any and all legal immigration. I know that illegal immigration from Mexico to the U.S. is a problem and can be a problem, but I think that we should probably be more lenient and let more people in legally, rather than making it more difficult and sort of forcing people to feel that their only option is illegal entry.
Okay, good answer. On to question number two. Have you ever felt like you've lost a job opportunity due to an immigrant?
No, I can't say that I have. I don't really, know who I've lost jobs to, but I don't feel like that's ever happened to me, no.
Okay. Question three. If you were a veteran, but also an immigrant, how would you feel if after serving your country for years, you were deported?
I don't know that I would believe it. I would think I had taken the crazy pills. I mean, that's so insulting to be a person who is an American hero and be treated so poorly by the country that they've, sacrificed to serve. If they really do have illegal status, there should be something that should be done legally to get them, a formal legal status, rather than just, oh, you're out. Thanks for playing. It's crazy.
Agreed. Okay, and the final question. This is all we have time for. What is your opinion on Trump's insistence on building the wall?
I am not a fan of the wall. I don't think that that the illegal immigration is a problem to that degree. I mean, I think if you listen to the people who've done research and the numbers of illegal migrants that have come into the U.S. from Mexico, it's actually decreased in recent years. It's not increasing. It's not this horrible flood of, people. And then the other thing is that these people are not all criminals. These people are generally farm workers and people who are gonna get manual labor jobs, and this country needs a workforce like that. So, yeah, I think the wall is a waste of money and energy, and it's just an embarrassment for our country.
All right. Thank you for your time.
Sure.
And
Great to be on the show.
goodbye. All right. So on tomorrow's podcast, we will be talking about vaping in public schools. But before that, here is my co-host, Jordan Meza, with another caller.
Hey guys, it's Jordan. Welcome back to another podcast video here for Miss Guffey's Entertainment. Today my guest is my mom, and the topic for today is immigration. I'm just gonna ask you a couple questions. So, how do you feel about the way that people treat Mexicans, saying that they're all bad, that all they come here for to this country is to do bad, and like all that stuff? Like, how does that affect you?
Well, it's pretty unfortunate that people stereotype us all into one group. It's hard enough to come to a country where you don't speak the language and you're not familiar with the culture. That's hard enough without having people to put you down and make assumptions about you and just categorize you into a group of criminals or a group of people that come here to steal other people's jobs when all we're here to do is chase the American dream just like everybody else.
So, I want to ask you a question about, if you don't know who Marco Chavez is. He was the guy who was a Marine for like 4 years, and he came back, and the United States government found out that he had no papers, so they sent him back to Mexico, even though he was in the military and he fought for a country, and they decided to throw him out and take him to Mexico. What is your take on that? How do you feel about that?
Well, it kind of angers me because anybody who's Caucasian or American really isn't native to this country, unless you're Native American, Native Indian, like Cherokee and stuff like that. We're all immigrants. We all are. Whether it was 100 years ago, 200 years ago, 2 years ago, we're all immigrants. And the fact that somebody served this country for 4 years, put their life on the line, and then to find out that they don't have some type of immigration status and kick them out of the country, that's just disrespectful. Because at one point, the founding fathers were immigrants here too. And, it goes back to what our morals are as humans, not just about, politics and everything. It just comes down to, as human, what is a humane thing to do? And kicking somebody out of the country after they've served and they've risked their life for the country is it's unethical.
Tell me of an experience where it's affected you of being in a person on a personal level.
It's affected me a lot in the workplace. Any job that I've had, people make assumptions about you. If you have a kind of an accent or something, they assume you don't have papers, they assume you came here illegally, or they assume, you're taking somebody's job away, when that's not the case. We all come from really diverse backgrounds, and, including the country. We're not all from Mexico. We're all from Latin America. We share the same language, but we have extremely different cultures, extremely different food. And it affects you because you might want to voice your opinion and everything, but you feel people have already judged you before they've actually met you. It sucks. It doesn't let people realize their full potential when they're being stereotyped into one specific group. So I guess that's, on a personal level, it's affected me by, not always speaking up and not always saying what I want to say. And other people as well, when you put them down like that, they don't reach their full potential, and they don't get to achieve everything that they could have, because people judge them before they get to know them.
Okay, thank you.